Warning, do not play. I totally understand why, but no one's gonna stop me. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another NASCAR gaming challenge video, where today, if I crash at all, the game gets harder, and of all games, it has to be on NASCAR 21 Ignition. For this career mode, I'm going to choose one of the oldest NASCAR teams, Wood Brothers Racing. First name, check out, and last name, gridwalk.co.uk. You heard me right, check out gridwalk.co.uk, and here's why. Gridwalk is where you can get all your official motorsport merchandise, whether it's IndyCar, WRC, Formula 1, or my personal favourite, NASCAR. Some of the diecasts you see in the videos I make are actually from Gridwalk themselves, so a huge shout out to Gridwalk for everything they've done to the channel, and thank you guys so much, much appreciated. So what are you waiting for? Head over to www.gridwalk.co.uk. And in honour of Gridwalk for everything they've done, we're going to be called gridwalk.co.uk for this challenge. But before we carry on with today's video, I just want to point out that there's a few rules for this challenge. These rules are very important as they will determine how this challenge will work. So the first rule is if I crash at all, the assists get harder. That's what I mean by the game getting harder. The second rule is if I crash on the champion's assist, so the hardest assist, I will fail the challenge. No matter what race I'm on, where I am in the standings, or where I am in the season. And finally, if I make it to the end of the season without crashing on Champion's Assist, no matter what assist I'm using, I pass the challenge. So the rule is to pretty much just avoid crashing and try to make it as far as you can. Which sounds easy, but trust me, with a broken game like this, it's not. Let's see how we do. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this challenge at the World Centre of Racing. There I am, sitting awkwardly in my race car, talking to my annoying crew chief. But we're just preparing for a few laps around Daytona with some easy assists to start this challenge off, just to see what it'd be like ready for the great American race. So far it's been incredibly easy, in fact too easy. All I've done is literally just put my finger on the trigger. That's all I've literally done, not even kidding. The car is automatically steering itself, so I don't really have to do anything. Here we go, we're now underway in the great American race here at Daytona, and let's see how we do with assist on super easy. And as you can see right now, Kyle Busch to our inside as the car darts immediately to the inside line. There goes Ryan Blaney to the outside. Kurt Busch almost made a block, but right now we're right behind Kurt Busch. Let's see if we can move to the outside, but the car doesn't want to. It just wants to stick to a single lane. As right now we're getting to the back of Kurt Busch. They all stack up for some apparent reason. He's going to go sideways and we're going to turn him off our bumper. My bad, Kurt. We did lose the front pack because of that spin, but thankfully, because of easy assist and being super easy, a single car is able to outbeat an entire pack of race cars that are going over 200 miles an hour. Whoa, what a move for Denny Hamlin. A bit risky right there, as we now look like we're going to go in the middle of a free ride scenario. As you can see right now, the game wants us to make a hole right here to squeeze through Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin to see if we can make it through. And yes, we're now going free wide. We have now got less than a lap to go in the Daytona 500. We're going to go completely sideways right here. Looks like we're drifting, but it's because we're being tagged by Kyle Larson. He's on our left rear quarter panel. Can we recover? Yes, thankfully he backs off. Looks like it's going to be a battle between me and Kyle Larson for 16th place, and the game's going to turn us up into him, and we're going to tag him. He's going to go around, and he's going to have a crash, and that wasn't our fault, by the way. I was actually expecting something like first place with easy assist like this on, but either way, we're going to have to settle for 16th. We are now practicing for race 2 on the Daytona road course as we now come up to the bus stop chicane, and we're going to go off the track big time. It turns out you still have to go on the brakes despite it being on super easy assist, so it's not automatic, as thankfully we make it back on the track without any more issues. Here we go for race 2, this time on the Daytona road course. Funnily enough, it's only a 1-lap race, so I'm really surprised to see a full crowd who have paid hundreds of dollars and pounds just to come to a NASCAR race, just for it to be a 1-lap shootout, as I have no idea what's going on, why they're all going so slow into the first corner. So far so good, we've made a move on the inside of Ryan Blaney going into this corner. You see side by side up ahead. Can we get around Joey Gaze? Yes we do, and as of which that was the game that made the move right there, and we're going to floor it past these guys. A bit of contact between us and Quinn Houth, but oh well, get out of the way mate, and as of which we're going to get past all of these guys. We still have the last chicane coming up. Can we manage it well as we sneak by Chase Briscoe just barely? We're going to go nice and carefully through the chicane. If I can see the opportunity to overtake, I will take it. As we go into the back of who else but Kurt Busch, we now made the overtake. We hit the wall big time right there. We passed Martin Truex Jr. It looks like we're going to pass Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And for the second time in a row, we're going to finish 16th. 2 races in a row, we finished in the same position. Here we go, we're starting up front here at Homestead-Miami, and we are now underway as now there's a bit of contact already between us and Hamlin. Again, that was the game turning down low, and Christopher Bell's going to go on the outside of us.
They're all around.
We gave Denny Hamlin a little punt right there, a little bump and run in turns 3 and 4. But if anything, he's going to get even further out ahead, and that's actually slowed us down just a little bit as we're now under attack from Kevin Harvick and Christopher Bell, who looks on the outside once again, going into turn number 1. But thankfully, he backs off. Side by side for the race lead with less than 2 laps to go. Coming into turn number 3, Hamlin dives down low. We're going to go into the back of him again, and as of which that's actually going to slow him down this time. We look on the outside, side by side, bit of contact on his right rear quarter panel as we're still there on his outside, and we've now got 1 lap to go. White flags in the air, and we're bumping and banging as we now come into turn number 1 for the final time. This is deja vu from the previous lap as we're once again side by side going into turn number 3. Hamlin just a little bit ahead. We're giving a little bit of a bump and run. We've got the inside, but can we have the momentum to get ahead of him? No, we don't, because he just edged us out, and as of which he's going to get the victory, but we're going to have to settle for a really respectful 2nd place finish. To make the challenge a little bit tougher, since I haven't wrecked yet, I am not allowed to qualify. I must skip it and I must start from the rear. So that way I can have more of a challenge, and as of which I can battle my way through the field to make it more interesting. So I'm most likely not going to win, and I'm most likely going to struggle. So far we're tailgating the 33 of Austin Cindric. We're now on the outside, going to go in the middle between Corey LaJoie and Cindric, as right now we bail out just a little bit as it got a little too risky. There is contact between us and Corey LaJoie, and we're going to go around on turn number 4. Didn't even take a lap, and as of which we go spinning on the outside wall, and now the game's going to get harder. It's going to be a little bit tougher as we now crank it up to rookie. But even then, it's still really easy. I mean, you still at the racing line, you've got assists when it comes to steering. Only difference is now you have to steer. As you saw right there, I stopped steering and the car just darted right up the racetrack. And you see right there, it gets a little loose.
3 wide, 2 outside.
And look at this, we were going 3 wide at the conclusion of lap number 1. Now on lap number 2, and we're getting a ton of positions right here going to turn 1. As mentioned, it's still easy. I mean, the car's still quick. The AIs are still really easy. They've got the racing line. And as you can see right now, we can actually turn the car, as of which we chose to use the outside line so we can get a big run around these guys. And we're going to gain multiple positions right here and an extra 2 more through the dog leg. A risky move to the outside of Ryan Blaney with less than 2 laps to go. Now on the inside of Joey Logano, we had a Penske sweep right there. We're on the inside of Chase Elliott, coming into the white flag this time by. We're now going up to 3rd, now up to 2nd. We overtake Kyle Larson. Unfortunately for us though, Denny Hamlin's a little too far ahead. Even if we had a few more laps, we may struggle to catch him, even though we've got a quick car. I'm going to send it to the final corner anyway, but to no avail. And as of which, once again, Denny Hamlin's going to get the victory, and we're going to have to settle for a respectful 2nd place position once again. A very clean start so far, so we're now 3 laps in of 7 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway on the inside of Ty Dillon as we gain another position. Now on the inside of Kaz Grala, and we continue to gain multiple positions. We're now looking on the outside of the 77 car of Justin Haley coming off turn number 2. We've got 2 cars in front of us. What we do, we make a 3 wide move, make a daring crossover to the inside, and we clear both of them. What a move going to turn 3. Here we go, coming to the final lap, this time by very close racing from us and Alex Bowman. We may have made slight contact right there. It was that close, but we made it through. Once again, all we need to do is last another half a lap, but it's once again just been another clean race. Obviously not including Las Vegas, but we've had no issues as we make some slight contact with Chase Briscoe. That could have been very risky as we know on the inside of Austin Dillon. It's going to be a drag race on turn number 4 for 11th place, but it looks like he's going to edge us out just barely as he's just ahead of us, and what a battle for 11th, but we're going to finish 12th. Man, thank goodness we still have assist on, and I'll tell you why, because Bristol Dirt is a nightmare in this game. So thank goodness for assist still being on. Thankfully we've only wrecked once, so that means that we could have assists in this quick race. It may be quick, but my goodness, the bumps make this track brutal. Here we go, we're now dirt track racing here at Bristol-Miami Speedway, as we're now obviously, as previously said, starting from the rear because there's no qualifying, and I don't want to be anywhere near the wall because I don't want to do the Hail Melon.
You're in the middle here, 3 wide.
Whoa, that was pretty risky, especially considering that everyone literally slides around you, so there's pretty much no room as we now look on the outside lane.
3 wide, 2 outside.
Things aren't calming down, things are still sketchy as we just made a 3 wide move on the inside, and we're still on the inside side by side with BJ McLeod and Eric Jones. And what is this mess over here? We have less than a lap to go. I know things are getting intense, but this is like pack racing on a dirt track. We need to go somewhere. We're going to turn to Kurt Busch once again. That's the 3rd time in today's video that me and Kurt have actually made contact. First at Daytona, obviously. And as of which, we're going to try and make a move in the middle, try and get in a few positions, and we're just going to barely edge out Ryan Newman. It's only been 2 laps and we were already on the move. We made the move on Cody Ware, looking to make the move side by side currently with Corey LaJoy, and we're going to send it into turn number 3, side by side big time with Justin Haley, and we're going to clear multiple positions in one turn. Less than 4 laps to go as we want to try and get into the top 10, currently 11th, and as of which we're going to nudge Tyler Reddick around. He's going to go spin in front of the field, and oh my goodness, we have an entire stack up in turn number 2. Everyone's come to a stop, so to make it more fair, we're going to come to a stop as well. I mean, that was probably a result of Tyler Reddick.
Got one right. Clear, clear, clear.
And what is going on over here? Why has everyone come to a stop? It all happened in turn 2. Why is it backed off all the way over here? We've taken the lead, so we're going to try and sneak through, but we're going to get tagged by Joey Gaze, and as of which we're going to get wrecked. But I mean, at least we went to victory lane, I guess. Our first victory. I don't know how it's going to make up for this challenge. I mean, it's a victory, but come on, we didn't need to wreck at the end there. The pressure now begins. As you can see right now, the challenge is only picked up because it's now on veteran. You've noticed the AIs are much harder. There's no driver line, and all the assists are on very low, so things are going to get tougher. So you've noticed a difference already. First of all, as mentioned, there is no driver line. Let's see how it handles in the corners, as right now it feels quite free. The only problem is I don't want it to be really loose because that won't be a good thing, but so far it's not too bad. We haven't gained as many positions so far as we now enter lap number 2. We're going to take the 96 car around.
3 wide, 2 outside.
Why is everyone stacking up? Why is everyone slowing down? And why is Christopher Bell flipping in the infield? What in the world is going on? I'm telling you, short tracks in this game are so broken. Why is everyone slowing down? There's no need to. The only good thing is that we're going to get the win. I find it really funny that both of the wins so far have come at short tracks when the AI have come to a complete stop and we've lapped them all like by multiple laps. So I don't know if this is a real win. You can tell how much more difficult the game has got because A, the AI's difficulty is much higher because I've lost touch of the draft, and B, the car is so loose because of the lack of assist to the car. Luckily we've caught up to the pack, however things are looking really risky as we now hug onto the 66 car. I don't intend on this, but the car is so loose I don't really have much of a choice to, as we're now going 3 wide ahead of us, and we're going to pick the middle lane, so things can get much more tense now as we have nowhere to go. We're kind of trapped in the middle, but thankfully we have a little bit of breathing room, but not anymore. Bit of contact to Alfredo. Things getting really tense right now. I have a feeling there's going to be an accident at some point, as there was a bit of contact there, and there's going to be even more contact with Alfredo, and he's going to turn us into the outside wall. And as of which that's going to ruin our day, and as of which the challenge is going to get even harder, and we're not even halfway through the season yet, so that's just great. Let's drive head on into the field, and whoa, look at this. These physics are so weird because we're barrel rolling in the air. We were sent absolutely flying backwards. The leaders didn't slow down, and whoa, Denny Hamlin's gone flying. Man, we've got a junkyard over there, and we got more drivers piling in. We've got 3 drivers barrel rolling big time over here, and that's a huge crash.
Make way for Willie!
Jeez, Christopher Bell barrel rolling over the top of us like as if he's Duke Kaboom.
Got one right.
Well, there goes Martin, and he's still barrel rolling, and this is the big one. We're now on our last legs. If we wreck one more time, we fail the challenge. And the worst thing is we're not even halfway through the season, meaning our chances of passing this challenge are very, very slim unless we have a miracle. One thing I've noticed so far at practice here at Kansas is that the car is much looser, the car's very sensitive, and worst of all, we have to change gears because it's on manual, so this really is on a difficult setup, so as of which, trying to race, avoid the AIs and avoid crashing becomes very difficult. As you see right now, we're avoiding Alex Bowman, who's merging onto the track. A very close call. I've just noticed as well, compared to other races, we are actually struggling to make any progress in the race. What I mean is that obviously we didn't qualify because it's against the rules now, but we're stuck around 37th without making any progress or gaining any more positions. We're currently battling James Davison and we're not going anywhere else. Either way, it's going to be a drag race to the finish line for 37th place. Who's going to get it? Looks like it's going to be James Davison, but can we hang on for 38th? And we do. A very close finish. Oh boy. As much as I love Darlington in general, I really do not like this track when it comes to having no assist on any games, as well as driving it on ignition, because, let's be honest here, the driving sucks. Luckily we survived the first lap, only 5 more to go. Can we hang on? A bit of contact right there from the 52 and the 33 car, as we're now side by side off turn number 2, and the car's going to get really loose, and no, we've crashed into the inside wall, hard into the wall. That was a big impact, and as of which we failed the challenge. Darn. We made it a third of the way through the season, and as of which we ended up finishing 6th in the standings, so that's pretty good, I won't lie, but man, I was hoping we could carry on and make it even further. What's happening, guys? NASCAR Gamer here. Firstly, thank you guys so much for making it through to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it and it was a lot of fun to play, which is odd to say about Ignition. Also, we have well past 2,300 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for this milestone. I have been very busy, so I apologise for not making a celebration video about 2,300 subscribers, but I do have another project which is going to be even bigger, even better, the best stop motion project I have worked on so far. Only 2/3 of the way through it, so I'm looking forward to showing you guys. Also, thank you guys so much for all the likes and all the views from the most recent video made 2 weeks ago. This tells me that you all like these types of videos, and as of which I will continue to make more of these as they're much fun to make, as they are much fun for you guys to enjoy them. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.